When people decide to get a parrot, they often don't realize how much of their lifestyle they will have to sacrifice for their pet's well-being. And in this video I will tell you what I stopped doing since I adopted Aimee, my African Grey. And a lot of it actually related to birds' sensitive respiratory system. Anything that is just a strong smell for you could kill your bird. So that's why I stopped painting my nails, because the smell of nail polish and nail polish remover, it's not just uncomfortable for your bird, it is a real threat for your bird's health and even life. And the same goes for scented candles. Of course, we all love our home to be cozy, and for me it was especially dramatic because I've got a friend who makes candles and she gifted me a lot of them and they smell nice. But I had to pack them in a sealed container and hide in my box room. I cannot use them around my bird, and I also cannot even keep them in the room. Of course, there are also bird-friendly candles that you can buy from pet shops, but the scent is not the only problem. Think about it. Do you really want to have an open flame in your house where your bird could just fly just too close to it or just come and check on it because of the curiosity? Then it also could end up not really well for your parrot. So I just decided to not use any candles in my home. Perfumes and smelly skincare or hair care, you will have to bin it all as well. Or maybe not completely bin, but at least stop using it around your bird. Honestly, I don't even use the hand cream anymore because I don't want to touch my bird when my hands are covered with chemicals and artificially smelling things. I don't think it's gonna be good for my bird. And when I'm at home, I basically can touch my bird any moment. She's free range chicken, she's walking around. Sometimes she gets into places where she shouldn't get into, so I have to go pick her up and move her. So basically, during the day, I don't have time when I'm sure I do not touch my bird 100%. And another thing that left my house forever is Teflon kitchen appliances. Frying pans, air fryers, pots, anything that has this anti-sticking surface, just throw it away, because all these chemicals that they use when they produce this Teflon and other coatings, this is highly toxic for birds. Well, you can tell me, oh, I have a bird and I use Teflon frying pans all the time and nothing happened. Well, there are few reasons why nothing happened yet. First, this Teflon thing becomes toxic when it is heated above certain temperature. So if you're careful, you probably can get away with it, but you don't want to take your chances. And second, it also depends on the ventilation in your house. If the concentration is not that huge, and then your bird probably not gonna be killed instantly, but it all adds up. It accumulates in her body and it intoxicates your parrot. And if you love your pet, you don't want to do it to them. And when I got Aimee, I had to give away my old air fryer as well. And I got another one that is a glass one. It does not have any Teflon parts. Actually, it had some inserts that are covered with some ceramic coating, and manufacturer claimed that this is not toxic, but I am suspicious about any coating and I'm not going to take a risk, so I just don't use these inserts. I use the stainless steel inserts that I got separately, and that works for me. And another thing I stopped doing is going to bed late. Parrots need at least 10 or better 12 hours of uninterrupted sleep every day. And if your parrot does not get enough sleep, then you get a tired, aggressive, easily irritable bird. And you don't want that, believe me. And Aimee doesn't really like to go to sleep when she hears that other people, other flock members are still awake. So in order to comfort her and calm her down, I usually go to sleep around the same time as she does. It actually improved my quality of life, but to be honest, sometimes I miss a late night binge watching of movies on Netflix or just something else that I would do normally. I also had to stop traveling unless it's unavoidable. I used to go to mountains for hikes a lot and just in general, but now I'm mostly staying at home because I cannot travel with my bird, especially abroad. I could probably travel with her by a car, but it is also not very nice for bird. It's a lot of stress. So all my trips now are mostly daily trips. And when I have to travel, when I cannot avoid it, I need to find someone to look after my bird. And there is not many people I can trust with it. You cannot just invite a stranger to look after your birds because birds, they usually require time and patience for new people to be introduced to them, to start trusting new people. I just decided that I'm not traveling. I'm now a homebody. I also stopped doing any DIY or renovations in my flat. A year ago, just before I got Aimee, I bought my flat and I wanted to change a lot of things. I want to renovate the bathroom, I wanted to change the flooring and etc. But since I have Aimee, I decided that I'm not going to repair anything unless it's absolutely necessary. And there are a few reasons for that. First, all these DIY kind of activities usually require some materials like, for example, silicone sealant if you want to renovate your bathroom or kitchen, or some other toxic and smelly things. And here we are getting back to the birds' lungs and all these things that can harm them. So I just don't want to take a risk. And if I ever decide to do a renovation, I'll have to move my bird to another house, another place, and do it all staying super safe. I also cannot keep my windows wide open anymore because, you know, even though Aimee is not a great flyer, she still flies a lot. And she could fly out of the window. So even if I'm opening the window, I usually keep just a little space for the air to go in, and I'm always supervising her at that moment. I also stopped spending money on useless stuff such as new clothes, eating out, or some other stuff people are usually wasting their money for. Why to buy these useless things if you can just spend all your money for bird toys and vet bills? And I also stopped having an uninterrupted focus time. It does not matter what I do. I need to check on my bird every 5 minutes, especially if there is silence in the house. If bird is silent at least for 5 minutes, then it means something is going on. She's probably destroying the furniture, eating the carpets, or probably tries to kill herself in some other more sophisticated way. So this is it, and this list is not full because some things I just don't remember. I stopped doing them such a long time ago. And honestly, I don't regret. If I could go back in time and decide again to adopt Aimee or not, I would have adopted her no matter what. But I think that people who are just going to make this decision should understand what are they doing and how their life will change, because it's almost like having a baby, or even worse, at least babies grow and become adults, and a parrot, it's like a forever toddler. So let me know in the comments below how your life changed when you got a parrot, what did you sacrifice, and do you regret about it or not? And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more parrot content. Thank you and see you in the next video.